Hi there folks, Rich here. Hope you're doing very well today. So one of our friends on Facebook, I'll just say his name's Matthew for now, asked a question about, taking takes to layers and then copying them to another song. So if we're recording and we want to record takes to layers, which means then we can use that for dubbing, we can also use it for selecting the best takes from, a number of recordings that we've done, maybe for a chorus or a verse, maybe it's a vocal or a guitar, that sort of thing. We can head down to this little cog icon here, and we can see it gives us an extra level of control on the transport bar. We have a record mode, instrument loop record, and note repeat. So what we're going to focus on here is the record mode itself. Generally, as a rule of thumb, if I'm going to be recording takes, which I'll be honest with you isn't that often, I'll usually have the instrument loop record set as record takes and the record mode set as takes to layers. What I'm going to do is I'm simply just going to speak into the microphone and record several takes. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take those and then prepare the new song so that you can copy and paste them into it. Now, there are some applications where this could be useful, where, for example, you've got an old song that's got takes to layers. You're quite happy maybe with the guitar part, but you've decided that everything else needs to change, but you don't really want to destroy what you've already created. So a new song could be useful in that scenario. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a mono track for my speaking into the microphone. So we'll call that Rich. And then we'll record our it ready. I will turn the monitor off, because you'd never want the monitor on. Because if you want to hear yourself sort of sound like a robot or with a massive amount of delay, that's never a good thing. And also, if you're playing through speakers and you don't have a particularly well-treated room, or your speakers are quite close to your microphone, it is going to feed back, and it's not going to be nice for you or your neighbours. Right, so let's just do a 1, 2, 3, and let's record that. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we can see that when I've done this, it's done it as takes to layers. I've got take 1, take 2, and take 3. So I was a little bit late on the first one, a little bit early on the second one, and on the third one, it was just right. So how do we take these tracks as they are right now into a new song? Well, we've got 3 takes. What's visible to us in this particular lane at the moment is what's been promoted. And it's actually highlighted here. If I colour the channels, let's give them a nice blue colour. We can see that this is the one that we're going to hear. And it's actually take 3, as it's highlighted blue also, slightly paler shade, of course. This is the one that we're going to hear. The ones that are inside takes 1 and 2, we can see they're greyed down as if they're muted. And in actual fact, that is exactly what's happening here. To promote these, we simply click this activate layer, and that promotes it to the audible channel. So we actually want take 3 as the promoted layer. Let's have a listen. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Great stuff. So we've got take 3 as the promoted layer. Okay, so we're going to basically highlight the events, not the track. Okay, so we're going to just drag like that, or we can Control A if we're just working on one particular thing, but obviously it's probably more useful to you if you drag and copy this. Because we've got the record takes on and takes to layers, we can see this little fella here, and we can switch between the takes here too. Now this is my preference of doing it, although it doesn't show you the waveform, so I guess actually having this here gives you a representation of the waveforms, so that if you think that it looks really out of time, you can swap it for one that looks more in time. So now I've highlighted those, I'm going to Control C or Command C, and I'm going to move over to my paste song. Now if I simply press Control and V, it's going to paste that in, and I can still get access to the takes here. But like we mentioned before, we can't see the waveforms, which again could be useful for those reasons mentioned. We've got takes to layers and record takes turned on, so what's the deal? Well, we haven't recorded anything, and that's the point. So we're going to remove that track. And what we're going to do is we're going to create a mono track, the same as we had. It doesn't really matter what we call it, but we'll call this Rich 2. There we go. So we call this Rich 2. I'm going to hit the record arm, turn the monitor off, of course. And we're going to press record. I'm going to press stop. Okay, look at that. So we've got a take. That's cool. So what if we undo that and say, right, okay, I need 3 takes. Let's do this. Hit the loop on and do 3 takes. Okay, so we've got the same format, but we don't all this guff. This is not necessary. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press delete on the highlighted layer, promote that one, delete it, promote that, delete it, promote that, and delete it. So now I've got an empty track with 3 take layers on. So if we take that audio that we had before and we paste it in, look what happens. We've got our takes to layers in a new song. And if we swap between the 2 of them, what I'll do is I'll colour these the same so that we can kind of tell. So we go from this song to this song. Let's set all the sizes the right, the same and everything like that, right? So we'll set this 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. And we go to this one. Normal. 2, 3, 4. I'll turn the macro toolbar off there. As we can see, we switch between the 2 of them, and they are identical. I suppose the only difference we see there is we see a little bit of extra event at the end of take 1 and 2 there. Now, of course, we can rename these if we want to. We can call that take 1, take 2, take 3. Just to make sure that we don't get confused. We can also rename the other ones the same as well. So in 2 different songs. So again, switch between them. What differences do we actually notice here? That there are none. It's the same stuff. Listen. 1, 2, 3. That's the takes layers song. We're going to the paste song. 1, 2, 3. But I've decided now I want the other take that I took here, which was a little bit early. 1, 2, 3. And the one that was a bit late and a bit of mouth smack at the beginning. 1, 2, 3. Or actually, I prefer this one. 1, 2, 3. So that's how you would actually get your takes to layers into a new song. Just a little bit of preparation. Just remember how many takes you've gone through on your original song. I know it's a bit hard to know which one I'm actually moving between here because they do look so similar, but this is the original one in green and the new one in blue. But the thing is, yeah, you can totally do this. If you're not fussed about being able to see the waveforms, then simply creating a new audio track and then hitting Control or Command V, pasting them in, do much the same. You'll still have access to your takes, providing you've got record takes on and takes to layers on. And whether you have takes to layers on or not, it doesn't really matter. Turn that off, and we'll repeat the process with a new one. So I'll just remove that track for now, just to demonstrate that. So we'll go to the takes to layers song. We'll do a new mono one. We'll colour this one hot pink. What we'll do is we'll turn off the monitor. What we'll do on bar 5 is we'll do something a little bit similar. Bar black sheep. Have you any wool? Have you any wool? Take 1. Bar black sheep. Okay, so let's highlight that event. Let's Control or Command C, head over to the paste layer. Let's do a new mono track. Go to bar 5 and press paste. We'll colour this one. Let's go for yellow. Bar black sheep. Have you any wool? There you go. Easy way to do takes to layers between songs. Anyway, have fun, enjoy making music. And Matthew, thanks for the question. Really appreciate it. Have a good day, everybody. Bye-bye.